You want to scream, don't you? Your chest is heavy, your mind is spinning, rage is clawing at your throat, begging to be unleashed. You want to shout every word they deserve, burn bridges, expose lies, leave ash. But has screaming ever healed anything? You yell, they smirk. You break, they call you unstable. That's the trap. They poke until you snap, just to say, see? That's why I left. That's why you don't explode. You go quiet. You let silence do what words can't. Silence isn't weakness. It's war. It's restraint with purpose. A mirror that forces them to see what they buried. People fear silence because it exposes what noise hides. And you let that silence echo. They betrayed you with a smile, took your loyalty, drained your energy, then painted you as the villain. You weren't too emotional. You were too real. They were too small to hold someone like you. So don't chase, don't explain, don't fight back. You rise, you vanish, you evolve. Because real power isn't in the reaction, it's in the absence. Your silence doesn't beg, it haunts. No texts, no tears, just distance. That's how you make them feel it. They expect rage, but when you say nothing, when you walk away without a word, that's when their mask shatters. They can't figure out why you're not breaking. And that confusion, that's your victory. Let them wonder. Let them spiral. You were never the problem. You were the proof that Rio still exists. And now, you've become a ghost of what they could have had. Untouchable, unbothered, unknown. Because silence doesn't fade. It grows louder in guilt. It whispers when the world is quiet. They'll pretend louder, boast more, laugh harder. But behind every performance is a storm they can't outrun. Not because you screamed, but because you said nothing. You just left. And that silence, it becomes the loudest truth. They'll want closure, but silence is the one thing they can't twist. It forces them to sit with what they did. They'll create stories to escape the truth, but deep down, they're gonna know they lost someone rare, someone loyal, someone who didn't play games. And now, every silent success you live becomes a reminder they'll never get that version of you again. You stopped texting, stopped posting quotes, hoping they'd notice. You stopped replaying the story, and when they finally reach out, they find a stranger, colder, sharper, silent. Because silence isn't just the absence of noise, it's the presence of power. You don't owe anyone closure. You don't owe apologies to people who hurt you. You owe yourself peace. And anyone who cost you your peace costs too much. Let them talk. Let them lie. Let them scream. You stay quiet. Because the loudest one in the room isn't always the strongest. The strongest is the one who's already cleaned house and locked the door. And you've cleaned yours. They thought you were a phase, a soft heart, a safe place. But when comfort turns into carelessness, loss becomes inevitable. They underestimated your silence, but now they understand. Silence is your boundary, your sanctuary, your empire, and when you rise from it, they won't recognize you. And that's the point, because silence doesn't just heal, it transforms. And you didn't break, you rebuilt.